Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe Finley, and we're doing another multi-post week. Last time we did it, a lot of Rode items came out, and Rode just keeps doing it. Today we got the Rode NT USB Plus. It's a follow-up to the original Rode NT USB. It's equipped with their Revolution preamp, and it's got an internal DSP. Let's open this thing up and have a look at it. So it's got a detachable pop filter here that we're seeing. It's all metal here. They did not cheap out on this whatsoever. The grill is beautiful. It's got a nice weight to it. And on the side, the top knob is your monitor mix control. So you can control how much of your own voice you hear mixed with the audio from your device. And then just the overall headphone volume. And underneath that is your headphone jack. And underneath just a USB-C port. Also in the box is a USB-C to USB-C cable. Still not super thrilled, if I'm being honest, that there isn't at least some kind of an adapter. Just because with USB-C, you're so limited on spaces to be able to actually plug one of these into your computer. And we also have a desk stand right here. I'll be honest, given the weight and just the solid build of the microphone, this is very thin, cheap plastic. You can see that it's built out on a certain angle, so you know it'll stay balanced, but after seeing this stand that came with the Rode X XCM50, this is a little bit of a disappointment. And last thing in the box that I didn't talk about, desiccants. Don't eat these. It sounds like you want to eat them. Don't do it. All right, let's get this mic mounted up and hear what it sounds like. Okay, we're all set up here. It looks really nice on the mount. The knobs are in an easy to reach place. Not a huge fan of the fact that the headphone cable comes out of here. I mentioned this as well in my review for the XDM100. The placement of the headphone jack is kind of weird. I would love to see it actually appear kind of at the bottom where the USB-C jack is. Maybe if they made that a little bit wider. That way those two cables could just flow out together, but not the end of the world. I don't know, is this particularly distracting to you guys? I don't know. You can let me know down in the comments. The mic actually has a blue LED on the inside. You can actually see on this side very faintly a little bit of blue coming through. I can see it as well on this side. There is no mute button or anything like that on the microphone, something to be aware of. And like I said, the microphone actually has an onboard DSP, so any VSTs that I'm applying to the microphone are actually being done through the Rode Connect app right now, but none of the actual processing is being done on the computer. It's all being done in here, which saves your PC from doing the extra work. So here we can actually see Rode Connect up and running. You can see my voice working through the microphone right now. To change any of the settings, all you have to do is click on the microphone itself. You can see it's got a little bit of level control here, and then you have a very rudimentary form of processing here. There's just on and off. There's nothing in the way of advanced settings or anything like that. Hopefully that'll get fixed in an update. We'll see. So here you just have your low pass filter. Right now it's set to 75 Hertz. You can change it to 150 or just turn it off altogether. You have a noise gate. Again, no specific settings, which is kind of troublesome because if you talk a little too low, then it's going to end up cutting off your voice instead of just cutting off the noise. Compression, same thing. I'm hoping this is 4:1 compression because that's what I always set mine to, but I guess we'll see. And then we have the famous Aphex processing. That's your exciter and your big bottom. The exciter is your high frequency presence in your voice. That's the part of my voice just beyond the nasally annoying part. And then the big bottom, that's not me killing my squats. That is actually the bassy part of my voice getting boosted a little bit. And we've discussed Rode Connect before in other videos, but just to go over it. So you can have a system and a virtual input here as well. So when you're setting up and you can podcast or do anything like that, you have extra audio sources to work with. You can record your podcasts right here through here. You can add multiple microphones. You can add up to 4 on Rode Connect. And then you have your sound pad over here. So when you really crush a joke, oh wow, that one goes on for a long time. Hey, now we're not gonna keep doing that. And our other option for setting up the microphone is actually using this program, which is Rode Central. And Rode Central, for the purposes of this microphone, doesn't do a whole heck of a lot other than just set the settings that we were just doing in Rode Connect. But the big difference is from here, you can actually save whatever settings you set up directly to the microphone. So even without Rode Central or Rode Connect on, you'll be able to maintain the same processing no matter what, even if you go plug it in another computer. I was hoping we were gonna find those advanced settings in here. The fact that the Rode X Unify software actually has access to all of that kind of processing in those advanced settings. The fact that it's not in these updated Rode apps is kind of weird. But personal opinion, I think we should just be able to go right into Unify with this microphone anyways. I think it could be time for Rode to kind of just retire this software and then just let Unify be the main thing. Okay, so now what I've done is I've gotten rid of all the processing from the Rode software and I've done my own processing through OBS. I've done 3 things actually. I added NVIDIA Broadcast noise removal, and then I used Reaper plugins for EQ and compression. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to stop this and I'm going to go listen to the microphone with the Rode settings on and with the OBS settings on and see which one I like better. Okay, so I had a chance to listen to both, and to me, which one won? Neither. And that's not to say that either one of them were bad. I was actually really impressed by the processing on this microphone that we set up through the Rode software. And I honestly think that that's more than enough for the average user. And if it were in a better sound treated room, it would win hands down. What I did find, however, is that the NVIDIA broadcast filter that I used in OBS made my voice sound really processed and really tinny. And you could hear kind of the digitization of my voice. I wasn't a big fan of that. Now I have heard it better. Usually you have to pass it through the NVIDIA broadcast software itself and then put that out as an audio source, then put that in. But I was really just trying to do a side-by-side test. But what you're listening to now is actually my winner. And it was actually the RN noise suppression filter that's in OBS. It sounds really good. Uses up a little more CPU. I mean, I'm only using though 0.1% extra, maybe 0.2% extra at any given time. That being said, I am using an RTX 4080. Don't ask me how I got it, but do know that I have to give it back tomorrow, so it won't happen again. But I think that this is actually a really high quality noise removal filter. And I think this is what I'm going to go with whenever I use condenser microphones on stream. So I'm going to do something now a little different. I'm going to do the usual test phrases, but I'm actually going to do it kind of as a victory lap now. I don't really need to test it. I've heard all three versions, so we're just going to say them just, you know, tradition. The small pup, not a hole in the sock. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook. Pressed the pants and sew a button on the vest. The swan dive was far short of perfect. The beauty of the view stunned the young boy. Hey, make sure you hit like and subscribe and hit the bell, do all those things. The mic is out now and it actually comes in at a price of $169 US, which is a fantastic price. If you just hold this in your hand, you swear you're holding a $200 microphone. It is a solid built microphone. It sounds really good. Very small nitpicky things about this. I wish the pop filter was a little smaller. I know why they do that, because no matter where I come at, they want to be able to protect, so I get it being a little bit bigger, but I would rather it be a little bit smaller in profile and a little bit closer to just not take up so much space in front of my face right now. This pop filter is good in a studio scenario if you're just doing an audio podcast or you're doing voiceover work or something like that. And that might be what you're wanting this microphone for, in which case, great. But for streamers, YouTubers, this is a little bit much. Not a huge deal though. And then, like I said before, just this headphone jack where it is. I'd like to see them innovate it a little bit more and try and find a better place to put it, a little more discreet, where you could run the cable along your mic arm or something like that. But let me know down in the comments what you think about the microphone, especially now that you know the price. And maybe let me know how you like the channel by clicking the like and subscribe and clicking that little bell so you know when the new videos are coming out. We might as well keep this video Rode to the very end, so why don't you check out these two videos on Rode microphones that I've done in the past. And until next time, gang, let's get to work.